Hello and welcome to my channel, Inner Light of Truth Tarot. My name's Denise. I have prayed over all of my cards. This is a collective reading, so it may or may not fit your storyline or timeline. Please keep that in mind. Make sure to go within on any reading that you watch out on YouTube to make sure that this is your message. Please use your intuition and discernment when watching all videos. I am going to get started here and find out where we are. Bravery. You're being asked to make a really tough decision that you're putting off because you're fearing that you might not make the right one and people may not understand your decision. But you do have the strength to make that decision, and it will make you feel a lot lighter once you do. So you have a decision in your life to make, and you need to make that decision, and the universe right now is allowing you the time to make that decision. You should be going within to get clarification on any decision that you're making. Take the high road. You're at an impasse with the relationship or situation. It's now a time to think bigger, release desired outcomes, and take the most positive course of action. So whatever this decision, the bravery to make a decision, you're going to need to take the high road on this, and it could be just walking away. You may not have to mince words with anyone, any person, place, or thing. You can just walk away. Victim mindset. Right now, you're feeling that the world is against you, and this will only cause you to attract more negative results. So stop blaming and take responsibility for your happiness. Only then will the abundance start to flow. So you might be in this victim mindset where a person, place, or thing may have done something to you, and that you're afraid to make a decision on that. And whatever person, place, or thing that did this, it really hurt you. It hurt you. So you just have to take the high road and be brave about it. Get out of that victim. Stay positive. And the only way you can get out of that victim mindset is by going within and dealing with your shadow side, dealing with those issues that, haven't been resolved yet. Once they're resolved and you can forgive, you don't have to forget, but you can forgive that person, place, or thing, it's a lot easier for you to move on, with a clear head, clear mind. And soar. So you're being asked to stop dimming your own light. It's time for you to come out of the shadows and let your authentic self soar, fly high, dear one. So, once you can get out of that victim mindset, that's when you're going to end up soaring. Your life's going to change. Your attitude, your, perception of things will change. You'll be in those higher vibrations. Let's see. Long life. You're going to be blessed with a good long life. You've been learning on your journey, and you're going to be happy and healthy at an old age. And that's because path of the heart. You're dedicated to the path of the heart. Your lessons in life were heart-based. So when you're here on earth, you're obtaining emotional wisdom. You're learning what love is, what true, authentic love is. And you're doing this by learning your sexual behaviors. You're discovering your true sexual nature. This plays an important part. So you may have had quite a few relationships. And your spiritual team is here. They're teaching you, they're giving you those answers. And answers to you don't, appear just by chance. They come at the right time when you really need an answer to something. Those answers are right there for you. And that's your spiritual team and the divine spirit working in the background. And it's been a difficult road for you this lifetime. You've been walking a hard path on life. A lot of it by yourself, because you're learning those difficult situations about love. Maybe there was a love, that you were picking all the wrong people in life, and it ended up seeming to you that it was the same type of person over and over again that you were falling for. So then you decided maybe that, you're going to be by yourself, that it's easier to be by yourself, and you closed people off. And that's when you decide, it clicked. The answers were within you. Your higher self is strengthening right now. Your intuition is guiding you. So don't hold back when, your intuition will not lead you in the wrong direction. No path you take in life is the wrong path. It gets you to the same place. It's just different lessons that you'll learn. And that's, because of free will. You were feeling lost and empty. And you're feeling uneasy about this transformation that you're going through right now. And that's why it's been a difficult road, because you were feeling that fearing it. But you have been breaking those contracts, those karmic contracts. So you're freeing yourself and your soul's contracts. You're altering your divine blueprint. And the divine is rewriting your story. But you're seeing all the synchronicities. You are seeing synchronicities. And these are orchestrated messages from the divine. You'll be in the right place at the right time. And all of this is new territory for you. This is all new territory. It's unfamiliar. You're not enabling anybody anymore. And you're learning, all you're taking in all the right messages from the universe. Let's see. Mirror of fire. You're self-reflecting right now. You're living your authentic life, and you're self-reflecting on where you've been and where you want to go, and what paths you've taken. But you need to get out of that shoulda, coulda, woulda mindset. Gentle fire. It does not burn, but it can warm. So your spirit is warm. You don't burn people. You know that in life that you don't need to be the person that burns people. And then the mark of fire, eternal traces and profound impact. So you're leaving your mark on the world. You are drawn to leave your mark on the world, and it will have a profound impact. And you do cherish the past because your past does create futures. Yeah, your past does create the future. Okay, numerology. You're being called to interpret and convey messages of guidance and insight using numbers. So numerology is something you can look into. Your spirit team will let you know if that's your purpose in life. Graphology, you're being called to explore handwriting analysis to provide insight, clarity, and understanding of one's thoughts to bring healing and growth. And Akashic Records. You're being called to explore the Akashic Records to provide powerful insights and guidance. So those are things, spiritual gifts you can look into. Some of you might be hearing trains. You might live close to a train track. Because I can hear the whistle blowing here. Yeah. It's a lot of cards. I am going to start it again. Fate and fortune. So the wheel of fortune is turning. You've burned off karma. You've got a new cycle starting. This journey has been divine intervention because you have a divine purpose. There has been divine detours, but that's because you've been needing to reflect and going within to do your shadow work. You've needed to go in and do soul searching. The divine needed you to go deep, to do that deep introspection. Because when you're in that hermit energy, you're able to see everything clearly in life. You're able to see the world as it is. Decisions and contemplation. So right now, you may have two people, two places, two things, or two paths that you're contemplating. This might be that big decision. And you got to figure out whether you want to stay or go with your current situation. And this could be anything in life. Remember that. It could be a person, place, or thing. It could be your job. It could be a relationship. It could be something to do with your family. It could be friends or acquaintances. It could be anything. One of the paths has to do with toxicity. Yeah, you've got an energy vampire that drains your energy out of one of the paths. And their addictions, you know, you're karmic, you're bonded through the karmic bond. And the patterns with this person are the same. They keep going over and over again. the same thing. But remember, your path to your fortune is divinely guided. So whatever decision you make is not the wrong one. It's just going to take you a little longer to get to your fortune. That's all. Let's see. Strength. So you need to work on your heart chakra. You need to open that up. You have strength here, the sun. So you're gaining your empowerment. You're taking your happiness back. You're speaking your truth, or you need to speak your truth, and you need to be compassionate to other people. And when you do that, you're free. You're able to take that leap of faith. You'll break free. The new cycle will start, and then a lot of change will happen fast. You'll be going in a new direction. But you have to break a karmic bond. But only you can do that. You have to have the strength to want that freedom, to break free of that that situation. And it could be because this relationship that you're mulling over on whether you want to stay or go, that person has options. They have their own decisions to make, because this is just an unconventional relationship. They're stringing you along. They've got keys on a ring. It's, they're thinking of you as a one-night stand, and you're wondering, should I stay or go on this relationship? Well, I think it's pretty obvious what you should do, You're being asked to do your inner child healing, because once you do your inner child healing, you'll be able to get out of these learned behaviors that, you've been taught to your ancestral lineage. When you discover who you are and start living your life authentically, all these bonds will break, and then you'll be open to receive. You'll be open to receive these gifts that the divine wants to give you. Right now in life, you've always been generous. You've been a generous person. You've been there to help people and listen to their problems. And the thing is, there's a twin flame out here, or a strong soulmate from another life that's been telepathically communicating with you. And they're as spiritual as you are, and this is a divine connection. So all this stuff in the middle here, you just have to work out, because your fortune's tied in with divine timing at the beginning, and it's going to end up with a strong soulmate by the time the divine is done with your situation. Just allow the universe to make its, do its magic. Let's see if there's something from the past life that's, hurting you right now in the present, or what you need to deal with to be able to go from this fate of fortune to this strong soulmate connection. Let's see. What from the past does the collective need to work on in the present? What from the past does this collective need to work on in the present? What from the past does the collective need to work on in the present? Persecution and inquisitions. So you're persecuted in the past. And you have to get out of that mindset that you're going to be persecuted for being spiritual. It's free. There's freedom of speech in this world. You're able to be who you want to be and do and believe what you want to believe. Vows. and wisdom. So persecution, vows, and wisdom is what came out. So let's read from the book. Persecution and inquisition. You drew this card as a validation of your suspicions. You were accused of witchcraft, being a heathen, or other crimes in the past. You suffered greatly as a result of the ensuing persecution, and the fear is carried forward into this life. In the past, your character and behaviors were examined publicly, and you were blamed for crop failures and deaths that had nothing to do with you. Your neighbors and the government said that you were casting spells, which was a capital offense. In reality, you were a good-hearted person, as you remain today, who had the ability to see into the future and to use energy for healing purposes. That lifetime has made you very sensitive to gossip and rumors. If someone falsely accuses you now, you become fearful and upset because that's the behavior that led you down this painful death to, in your previous lives. You may also be afraid to openly admit that you're still a talented healer and psychic. Unconsciously, you're keeping your spiritual skills a secret to avoid recreating the pain of the past. To heal from this, know that in the current lifetime, spiritual teachers and healers are revered instead of feared. And you agreed to reincarnate at this time because your hard-won knowledge from previous lifetimes is needed in this world. And the fact that you're back on Earth shows that no one can harm you permanently or prevent you from pursuing your spiritual path. So you were persecuted in your past life for being able to heal people you were a healer in a past life. You were able to help people, and you're afraid of that right now, but you got to get out of that mindset. That could be the decision that you need to make too. And you need to make that decision so that your wheel of fortune keeps turning. It's turning in your favor right now. So you need to, really work on that. There's a lot of life healers out there that can help you get rid of that fear. And then vows. Let's see. You drew this card because the vows that you took in a prior lifetime are blocking you in this one. Most likely you were a monk or a nun when you made these vows, which still continue to haunt you. Common examples may include a vow of poverty or self-denial, which could block your flow of abundance, a vow of chastity, which can inhibit your romantic or sexual life in the present, or a vow of self-punishment, which can lead you to sabotage or hurt yourself. Unless vows are severed, they can affect you across time. Fortunately, vows are very easy to undo. It's simply a matter of firmly stating, and you can say this, I am willing to sever all vows that are blocking me in this lifetime. I ask that all aspects of painful vows be now and forever undone in all directions of time for everyone concerned. And by saying this, either aloud or silently, you help to heal the bondage of the past and open yourself up to the present day joy of abundance in all the forms. So if you say that vow and break those vows of the past and the reasons why you were being persecuted, that abundance will start flowing in. It will start flowing into you. And wisdom. This card indicates that you have tremendous wisdom and knowledge from prior lifetimes that seek to resurface now. Even if you've never thought of yourself as particularly wise, this card indicates that you learned important lessons and information that will serve you and others if it's reawakened now. This card can indicate that it's time for you to return to school or seek additional education of some sort. This may even be the sign that you're changing your career path. Your re-emerging knowledge is guiding you toward work that is more meaningful. This card asks you to believe in yourself and know that you have what it takes to tackle a career related to your true interests and passions. So, you have wisdom inside you that needs to come out, and the divine's trying to get you there. And that's because of the path you're taking, the decisions you're making. And so with that wisdom that's within you and what you've learned on this path, you're going to need to use it to help other people. You know, this wisdom is meant to be shared with other people. Let's see. Where are we? Let's try this. Holy Spirit, Holy angels, archangels, guardian angels, spirits, ancestors, what's the message? The message for the collective. Message for the collective, Holy Spirit, Holy angels. Okay, let's see. You have one last move right now. So this decision that you have to make in life. It's one last move to your fortune. And soon you're going to see that everything you wanted, you've accomplished. That everything on your journey in this lifetime has been for a reason. You know, the universe doesn't punish you for things. It rewards you. And that's because of Pathfinder. You trust your inner compass. You trust that it's illuminating your path. And it's been doing this through your love and career. Excuse me. Revealing the direction your soul wishes to explore. So someone doesn't want me to get this message out because they're playing in my throat chakra. But you do have one last move, and you've been following your inner compass. And that's good to hear. And you've been relishing in those quiet moments. You've been seeking that silence. Yep. You've been going within. And you're in the here and now, right now. You're practicing mindfulness and you're staying in the present to gain that clarity and insight. And you're free to move. So embrace your liberty to explore new paths. The world is wide open for your journey. So your journey is wide open right now, and that's because you're in your higher wisdom. You're vibrating very highly right now, and you're exploring options. You're learning what you can about this esoterical stuff, this divine work that you're going to end up doing. And this is because you've been in the meadow of moments. You know, you were living a simplicity life. You weren't taking everything for granted. There's so much greed out there right now in the world that you don't do that. You're grateful for everything that you have in your life presently, and you don't take anything that you have for granted. Let's see if there's anything else. You just have to get what you're inspired to do out there. You need to work on your goals. Make sure that they're worthy of what your life purpose is. And it could be cutting edge. You know, you've sliced through obstacles your whole life, and this new passion that you have could be cutting edge, and that's why you've got open doors. You know, you've got a lot of options, so you just need to figure it out. You know, take your time, go within and figure it out. Let's see. What is the message for the collective? Holy Spirit, message for the collective. What's the message? Seaweed. You find beauty in the vulnerability, and you let your resilience shine through life's challenges. So you're a very vulnerable person, but you're resilient. You live your life in vulnerability sometimes. Coral sanctuaries, you're finding strength in diversity, and you're letting the vibrant colors of life experience nourish your soul. So you're letting all these situations and lessons that you've learned guide you in lost civilization. You're finding inspiration in collective visions, and you're letting the synergy of communities guide your path. So you have strong sense of being. You're family orientated. You want a strong foundation in life. And you may not have had that in your life. You may not have had a strong foundation. And the messages for the collective spirit. Messages for the collective. Messages for the collective Holy Spirit. Messages. Healing. Right now you're going through healing. Your body, mind, and soul are healing. So you just immediately, and this is because you're going through a transformation, so you just need to allow this to happen and take some rest periods. You know, go within, do a lot of meditation, go out in nature, that always helps. Ground yourself. But you're going through a transformation right now. It's beautiful. And you're being asked to pivot on this decision. So this decision you're making, things will fall into place and you'll be aligned once you do this pivot. So you will align once you pivot and make this decision. It may be in a totally different direction than one you've been used to. You know, maybe you've been conditioned to do one thing and now you're doing something else. And comfort, you're trying to find out how you can bring comfort in your life. So you could have been, you know, from a family who was well off, and you didn't have to work for what you had. And now you're being put into a position where you have to work for those things. And it's not easy. You know, you have to look and see, you know, look deep at people. Life isn't easy. Everybody has their own, you know, demons that they have to deal with. And it's not always, you know, it's not always rainbows and gumdrops, that's for sure. What's the message? Compass, number 1. The message for today is compass. So let's see what compass has to say. Curiosity, stillness, and trust. A compass resting in your hand spins its needle using the Earth's magnetic pull. It shows the direction you are facing, which gives a sense of where you are and where you're going. This compass feels magical in the way its needles move, with no effort, and yet it also grounding you to the earth. Similar to a physical compass you might hold, There is also a compass within you. It is not something that can be seen or touched. Rather, it can only be felt. The inner compass is often called your intuition that navigates systems, is asking you to heed its message. In order to listen, you must first be willing to be curious. It is difficult to access this tool when you are skeptical, unsure, critical, or in denial. Even if you have worked with your intuition for years, it says, even if you have worked with your intuition for years, there are always new levels of listening to be achieved. When you are genuinely curious and open about your inner guidance and what it might tell you, that is when the doors within is unlocked. Next, you must find silence. Listening to your intuition does not require sitting in meditation for hours on end. A knowing, feeling, or a thought might come to you within seconds, or it might come later in an unexpected moment. You might not hear it though, if you cannot quiet your mind. Meditation is a wonderful practice for many reasons, but it helps most with creating the ability to listen within. When you have trained your mind to slow down, it will be like muscle memory when you need to access it quickly. The final step is to trust. Whatever feelings, thoughts, or sense of knowing come to you first are often your inner compass speaking. It is supremely important to trust the knee-jerk reaction you had, because the ego wants to second guess that. So let go of the urge to question whether the message is real. Your inner compass does not speak in a booming voice because it's asked you to trust. Picture your unique compass in your mind as you seek with curiosity, stillness, and trust. You were born with an inner compass to guide you. It's time to listen. So that's the reminder that you were born with an inner compass to guide you. It's time to listen to that compass. You know, I've been doing a few channeled messages because, I hear this in my head. And so I come on here and I do some specific channeled messages with what I hear from within. And you'll be able to get to that point if you're not already there. I mean, there's so many of you that are, before me. I'm still learning here on my path, and you're still learning on your path. It doesn't matter how good you are, there's always room for improvement. And not one person in this world is better than another person. We're all equal. We are born equal. So make sure you're treating people equally. Thank you for listening to this message. I appreciate you stopping by my channel and listening to what I'm being told to say. I hope you come back and have a great day.